Hello everyone, welcome to the Advanced Data Structures. Today we will learn about the graphs. Here in this lecture, we will learn about the definitions of isomorphism, component circuits, algorithms for connectedness, finding all spanning trees in a weighted graph, breadth first search, depth first search, topological sort, and max flow algorithms. So let's begin with the definition of graphs. A graph is a finite set of nodes with edges between nodes. Formally, a graph G can be represented by a set of V and E, where V represents the set of nodes and E represents the set of edges, where edges are denoted by a pair of vertices. For example, if an edge exists between X and Y nodes, then the edge is represented by X, Y. Here is an example of a graph. What we can see while we use Google Maps or some other applications to find a route from one city to another or one place to another. This is a typical type of graph what we used to see. Here we can see the cities are connected through directed lines. That directions means the movement from one city to another. So this is a simple graph and that is how it is represented. Now comes the types of graphs. So generally there are two types of graphs based on the directions on the edges. That means the graphs in which the edges have direction on it are called directed graphs, whereas the other graphs in which the edges does not have any directions associated with them is called a undirected graph. Here is an example of a directed graph. In this diagram, we can see the node 1 and node 3 have two edges connecting them with different directions. That means the movement from node 1 to node 3 is possible in both directions, while at the same time the movement from 11 to 1 is possible, but 1 to 11 is not possible. Let's see the differences of a tree and a graph. A tree can be called as a graph, but a graph cannot be called as a tree. Why? Because of its property. Let's see the properties of a tree. So a tree is a special type of graphs in which a single node is there at the topmost level, that is called the root, and other nodes are below it are called children of that root. The property here is there is no cycle in it. So a tree is a graph that does not have a cycle in it, whereas a graph can have cycles. We can say that a tree can be called as a graph, but a graph cannot be called as a tree. Let's move on with some terminologies. Adjacent nodes in a graph are those nodes which are adjacent to each other. But here is a case in this definition. If the edge is a directed edge, then these adjacent nodes will be called as incident nodes. Next definition is path. A path is a sequence of vertices that connect two nodes in a graph. A complete graph is a graph in which every vertex is directly connected to every other vertex. Let's see a complete graph. Here we can see the diagram in which a complete directed graph is represented. Here we can see that each node is connected with other nodes using a edge. But as it is a directed graph, so there will be two edges connecting each pair. The number of edges in a complete directed graph is n into n minus 1. And similarly, when we see the diagram of a undirected graph, the number of edges will be the total number of edges in a directed graph divided by 2, as there will be only one edge between one pair of nodes. Let's move on with another terminology, that is weighted graph. A graph in which each edge carries a value is called a weighted graph. For example, as we can see in this diagram, the cities are represented here and are connected with directed edges which have a value associated with them. This value may be distance, may be time, may be the fuel, may be any cost that is taken up by traveling between these two cities. Here in this example, this is distance. So when we say that I have to travel from Austin to Houston, then it will take me 160 kilometers or miles from Austin to Houston. Let's see what isomorphism is. Isomorphism is a property which comes when we have to compare two types of graphs. These two graphs, if matches with each other, or there exists the pair of functions, or the number of vertices and the number of edges in these two graphs are same, the number of connections or the number of degree in both the graphs are equal, then these two graphs can be called as isomorphic. Let's understand what isomorphism is by using an example. We must have these conditions for two graphs to be called as isomorphic. The same number of vertices are there. If the same number of edges are there, the same degree of corresponding vertices are there, the same number of connected components and same number of loops can be seen in both graphs, then these two graphs can be called as isomorphic. Let's see with an example. Here these are two different graphs. Firstly, we have to label these graphs like this, in which we have labeled them with V1, V2, V3, V4, V5 nodes in G graph and V-1, V-2, V-3, V-4, V-5 in G dash graph. Now let's check the property of these two graphs. The number of nodes in these two graphs are equal as there are 5 nodes in each graph. The number of edges is also equal, in which we can see that there are 5 number of edges. Both the graphs have equal number of degree on each node, that is 2. The degree of the node is the number of edges connected to it. Here the number of vertices are 5, number of edges are 5, degree of corresponding vertices is 2, connectedness, that means the nodes are connected or not, that is in these two graphs each one is fully connected. Number of connected component, they have 1 as there is no disconnected node. Pair of connected vertices all correspond, that means all match, there is no loop, there is no parallel edge, and everything is equal, so the graphs are called as isomorphic. Here is an example you can try on yourself. We will pause the video and try to compare these two graphs on your own. Use a pen and paper and find out the properties which are same in these two graphs. Write down the number of nodes in these two graphs. As we can see, the nodes are equal, that is 5. Write down the number of edges in these two graphs. The number of edges in these two graphs is also equal, that is 8. And the degree of the nodes which we have to match one by one. For example, U1 in graph 1 has a degree 3 as 3 edges are connected to this node, whereas in graph 2 V1 node has a degree 3, that means these two nodes match. U2 in graph 1 has a degree 4, whereas in graph 2 V3 has a degree 4, that means these two nodes match. U3 has a degree 2, whereas in other graph V2 has a degree 2, that means these two nodes match. U4 has a degree 4, and here we can see V5 in another graph has a degree 4, that means U4 and V5 match. And U5 has a degree 3 and V4 in another graph has a degree 3, that means these two nodes U5 and V4 also match. So this concludes that these two graphs are also isomorphic. Let's move on with the implementation. The graphs can be represented in two ways, that is array based implementation and linked list based implementation. First of all, we will study how an array can be used to represent a graph. Here you can see a two-dimensional array or a matrix is used to represent the distances between the cities. The row represents the city name and the column name represents the other city from which this city is connected to. For example, we can see in the graph Austin is connected to Dallas with distance 200 km. So we will find Austin, that is in row 1, and we will find Dallas, that is in row 3. We will move to the column 3 and find the crossing point of row 1 and column 3. Here, as we can see, it is 200. That represents the distance between Austin and Dallas. So that is how a representation is done in matrix form. Now let's move on to the graph implementation or representation in a linked list form. As we can see in this diagram, the graph is represented in linked list form as the nodes are connected with each other. To represent a path from Atlanta, we can move to Houston by traveling a distance of 800 kilometers, and then we can go to Washington by traveling a distance of 600 kilometers. That is how it is represented in linked list. The links represents the directions or the paths that are available. The linked parts have the data, that is weight, and the item number or the node number, which we can represent by 5, 6, 3, 5, etc. to represent them easily.